This episode of the Folding Towels podcast is brought to you by Hygiene Australia. Did you know that oil retention in towels isn't just gross but can be a fire hazard? Hygiene Australia have worked with the health and wellness industry to develop cleaners and laundry products that are guaranteed to remove oil residues from your towels so that they feel and smell clean, last longer and reduce your risk of laundry fires. Listeners can get 15% off their next order when they visit hygieneaustralia.com.au and use the code 15OFF-FOLDING-TOWELS.
Hello again, welcome, and guess what? It's us at the Folding Towels podcast. Surprise, we're back.
Surprise, Jackie. It's good to be here.
It is. We are in the same room again, which is lovely.
This episode today is a special one. And if you're listening, Leisha, shout out to you from AIF. This is the episode that you requested. If you don't know what the AIF is, it's the Australian Institute of Fitness. They've got a massage school Australia-wide, and we happened to drop in on a few of them, didn't we?
Yeah, so a registered training organisation is the lingo goes. Yeah, and we've been a few times to see some students at AIF, haven't we, David?
We have, mainly you.
Yes, mainly me.
It's been a crazy month.
I have been a couple of times in the last month. Had 4 massages in 3 weeks, I think.
It's a pretty good effort.
That's nice.
If you're a professional massage therapist, it's really good not to be a snob. We were all beginners once, and it is really helpful for the industry, for you, to go in, get massage. One, you should be getting a massage anyway, but get massage from a student. And they really appreciate people coming in who are not just saying, oh, neck, back and shoulders, just want to relax. That's helpful, but going in with real life things and giving real life feedback.
I'm sure most therapists out there would actually hear the words, oh, can you just do my back? Oh, it's my shoulders. Oh, yeah, my back's really sore. My right shoulder's really sore, and just roll their eyes.
Yeah, I can hear the eye rolls.
It gets like 10 years of just doing backs is boring as hell. Mm-hmm. So it's nice for therapists to have different things to work on. And honestly, I went in and I said, look, I have these XYZ problems. This is what's going on with my body. But then I also said, you know, if you want to practice something, if you want to do something in particular, you do that. That's fine. I'm comfortable with you doing that. And I'm okay with that. So, and they did, and it was wonderful. And yeah, I actually go to student clinics fairly regularly. They're not always on all the time, but I find it almost like a way of giving back to the massage community. I like it.
We were all beginners once, and it is important. I remember massaging professional massage therapists when I was a student, at first feeling a bit nervous, but those who had taken the time to come in would give more feedback than just ticking the box of, I feel good at the end of the session. That would actually point me in the right direction of what the industry was actually expecting.
Yeah, I did have a couple of lovely conversations with a few of the therapists that were about me asking them, okay, well, what do you actually think you want to do? You know, you're about to graduate. Is there something that's piqued your interest? Do you like sports medicine? Do you want to be, you know, really remedial, or you were into relaxation? Like, what avenue do you want to take? And it was really lovely to be able to offer just a little bit of advice and say, oh, okay, well, if that's your interest, then have a look at this and check out this thing. And yeah, so, and I like it because I like to talk about the industry that I work in, and you can't do that. You can't do that with your clients. Like you can a little bit, but not to the depth that I actually want to. I want to communicate with other massage therapists because I love massage.
If you are at the Australian Institute of Fitness and you're about to graduate from your Certificate 4 or your diploma in remedial massage, congratulations. Congratulations for making it this far. You're about to get into a wonderful industry, and I really hope that you've got a really long and enjoyable career ahead of you.
huge congratulations to everybody. No matter when you're listening to this, it's a huge thing to actually start on a course and finish it, no matter what it is. So, yeah, go you. You've done well.
So as I said, this episode is brought to you by Alicia, who at my massage at the student clinic said it would be really good if you did an episode on tips for therapists who are about to graduate. So this is for you.
Lots and lots of things to talk about today, David.
We do have lots of things, and we're going to come straight out swinging here, I think. So I think probably the most asked question that we see in the forums are about working for yourself or going to work for others. If you're newly graduating, working for yourself, it might look like more money up front, and certainly longer term if you have an established clinic and you are low overheads, you're working for yourself, and you're taking 100% of what's coming through, that can be quite profitable. However, if you're starting out and you have no one coming through your door, not a great thing. And particularly if you are struggling with confidence, going to work for someone else can give you loads of experience quickly. And there are good, reputable clinics out there who love getting brand new therapists because they are so shapeable compared to someone who has industry experience and who might be stuck in their 20 years of practice doing the same things they've always done. And so you can find these reputable clinics. You look for one which has got a client base who is similar to what you think is your ideal. And this could be a larger physio clinic, it could be a chiropractic clinic, it could be a multimodality clinic or a wellness center. And you would look for someone who maybe specializes in sports and athletes. Maybe one who specializes in women's health. If you have an interest in head and neck and face things, maybe you would find a clinic that has TMJ experience or maxillofacial facial experience, or maybe aged care is your jam. So the good clinics that are around, they will mentor you and help you to grow, and you'll get loads of experience really quickly.
A lot of these areas are actually growing very rapidly as well. People are really wanting to look after themselves. So there is a lot of growth, a lot of room for expansion, and also a lot of jobs available in some areas, not in every area, but in some areas, definitely. It's really okay to be unsure about what you want as well, I have to say, David.
And your interests will change over time as well. You might do 5 years really passionate about working with tennis players and then think, you know what, I've done that now. I'm feeling a bit bored. It's time to move on to another area.
Yeah. It's totally okay to finish massage school and go, what the hell do I do now? Where do I go from here?
I don't think that's unique to just massage school, actually.
That's life, isn't it?
Both of us having come from careers previous to massage.
Well, one other thing sort of adjacent to this, speaking of previous careers, is that it's totally okay to either still be working in your previous career or to have a part-time job or maybe have some kind of retail job or something while you're establishing your business or getting those skills up. And as an example, I actually dove headfirst into massage because I had gone on maternity leave and quit the job that I was doing effectively. But I took a part-time job because I wanted to work for myself. I took a part-time job working for somebody else. And that was only meant to be temporary, Amanda and Vanessa. And I'm still there 12 years later.
I obviously love it though. And they must be treating you right. They
do. They do treat me right. They have a wonderful relationship with all of the therapists that work with them. And as I was saying before, the industry of massage and healthcare has changed so much that what I was doing when I started 12 years ago is not what I'm doing now. So, yeah, things do change and, yeah, you got to start somewhere. So jump right in, I say.
Look, working flat out as a massage therapist is hard work. Not everyone's body is built to be able to do 25, 30, even 40 hours of massage in a week. And maybe you're in the older age category. Maybe you've got injuries. Maybe you struggle with stamina or energy. Maybe there's some underlying illness, some pathology there that's preventing you from working full-time in massage. That is totally okay. You don't need to feel guilty at all by these people who say, yeah, I smash out 50 massages in a week and I'm booked out 5 months in advance. Those people are unicorns. There's a real world out there and you need to figure out what is real for you.
One of my lecturers at TAFE when I was in massage school, she said that. She's like, I used to very recently do 8 hours of massage, basically 8 clients, 8 hours a day, 4 or 5 days a week. And I just, even at that time, I went, no, that's too much. I knew it was too much. Yeah, it's not always feasible to do that. And because we have other things to do. We have kids to look after, other commitments, even just spending time cleaning the house and cooking dinner. And I actually say to my clients a lot, David, our bodies are a work in progress and it takes a lot of time and energy to look after them. Showering, feeding yourself, getting to and from work and all the things you do. All of those things take time, and then you add in 40 or 50 hours of work a week. That's everything. That's the whole week. It's a lot.
Now, it is a lot, and that kind of leads into the next point. It's probably the number 1 point, but it's number 3 today. And we have done an episode dedicated to this, and almost everyone that we've interviewed so far has talked about this as well, and that is self-care. You need to look after yourself because you are your main workable tool. You are your tool. And if you break down, you can't work. And this is a bad thing. Self-care is more than just getting a massage, and you should be getting massages regularly. Maybe you also need to do some strength and conditioning work. Maybe you need to take some more time out and booking that in advance. Maybe you need to set some boundaries. Maybe you need to work within your own limits. Maybe you need to say no to some things, and you definitely need to look after your own hands.
Those last few are so important. So important. No is a complete sentence. We should all have proper boundaries that we will and will not accept certain behavior from certain people. That includes clients. So important, David.
Is one of the difficult things about going to work for someone else is that if they have established reputation, if you're not a good fit in personality and treatment style, you will end up working with people who are not your ideal. And that might be you with, say, smaller hands and less muscle mass being asked to give very firm, very deep, very vigorous massage when you're not built for that work. And you do need to be able to have the courage to talk to clients and say, this is not safe for me. And especially, this is not safe for you. It is okay to say that.
As well as self-care, getting the massages, looking after yourself, getting the body work done, getting massage from other therapists can be really helpful because you will also learn what you like, as in what you like to receive, but also what you want to give to your clients. So do you like dry needling? Do you like cupping? Do you want to work with a lot of tools, with hot stones? Or do you just want to use your hands? You can learn a lot from noticing what other therapists are doing. And so that can be a really positive experience. Oh, I love this. I love dry needling. It's fantastic. It works so well on me. I want to give that to my clients. But guess what? You can also learn what not to do. There are certain things that people do that you might go, oh, that was just terrible. I do not want to repeat that experience and pass it on to my own clients. So you can really learn a lot by having massage from various different therapists around the place.
Totally true. Totally true. I have this favorite massage therapist in Coolangatta where she has these wonderful forearm techniques where I don't know what she does. I just feel wonderful. as the forearm glides across my back, big, broad surface, pressing firmly down into big, broad muscle groups. Just, magic. And I asked her what sort of training she'd had. A particular therapist comes from Canada, and she had trained I think it was in Kahuna. In asking, what do you do and where did you learn these skills, I then went and looked up training, not knowing what this modality was, and thinking, I'm going to learn Kahuna and I'm going to give these beautiful forearm strokes to my clients, until I learned that actually I'm not comfortable with a person being barely clad on the table. But there's certain ways of massaging that I'm just not comfortable with, and that's okay.
Yeah, Kahuna is wonderful. Lomi Lomi is wonderful. I've had that done, and it is so relaxing. And you basically get one side of your body massage, so face down, naked, the towel on the left side or the right side of the body, and they're massaging the other side and going from your leg up over the hip and the glutes and all the way up to the shoulder. And it is actually really delicious. Like, it's just a wonderful massage. I really love Kahuna massages.
All right, now it's important to find your homies, people that you relate to, and places where you can go to get some firm, sound, and truthful advice. There's heaps of bad advice out there, by the way.
Tons.
And so finding podcasts like this one, and there's heaps out there. If you look for Talking Tissue, perhaps with Stuart Hines, Till Luca and Whitney Lowe have one. I forget what it's called. Just look for Till Luca. It's spelled Luchau. Whitney Lowe, Lowe. They've got a wonderful podcast. ABMP, an American Massage Association, has an excellent podcast. They're great for getting some quite specific information. But newsletters, there's people like Paula Nutting have an excellent educational newsletter they send out, and online communities that you can learn from. Now, some of those online communities are full of arrogant poo-poo heads, and you might fit right in with them. Go your hardest, and others are a bit more supportive than that. And if you look for something like the Massage Sloth Clubhouse, the Massage Business Support Network, even Stuart Hines, we love you, Stu. We're going to talk to you soon. His Inner Circle, Paula Nutting and her Mastery Mentorship program. There's loads of supportive groups out there where you can ask questions in safety without the fear of someone going, oh, well, if you don't know the answer to that, maybe you need to refer.
I want to add on, because most of these groups are either Australia-wide or worldwide that we've sort of mentioned, but find a local massage group as well. We've got one here in Adelaide that David and I are both a part of. Hello to everybody in Adelaide. And I know there's a few that are, I think there's one that I know of in Toowoomba. I think there's one in Perth. I think there's a few around Queensland. But see, if you don't have one, maybe you could start one for your local community, that because every area is different. And I know that we often work alone, and it can get very lonely, and it's very quiet. And Dave and I actually talked recently about being lonely generally, and how we want to catch up with people and we want to talk to people.
Yep.
And so if you can't get out of the house or get out of your studio clinic, then that small online community in your local area can actually be very helpful, and you can sometimes connect with people and find a massage buddy that you can just debrief with. So that's my top tip for the day, I reckon.
Sometimes we need to put our egos aside, and we'll get people who come into our clinic and you think, you've got this wrong and you've got that wrong, I'm looking at your posture, blah, 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 blah. Unless you take the time to stop and listen and talk with them, on that day, that person, all they need might just be a really good massage. And that is totally okay. They just need that brain hug for the day. They need to feel nurtured, and that will help them to power on. You hug the brain and the body responds. Do not underestimate the power of just giving a sensational massage.
I remember being very gung-ho in the beginning, and I will happily admit that I am not the greatest massage therapist on the planet. I'm probably a little bit more relaxation than remedial based, but I wanted to fix people. I wanted to get out there and go, oh my God, yes, you need this. And I'm very passionate about massage, and I still feel that way. But I've realized where my strength lies, and it's exactly in what you said. It's just giving that really good massage where people can de-stress. And I think sometimes we get a little bit over enthusiastic when we're new to the industry, that we just want to fix the problem. Okay, I want to fix this shoulder. You've said this is happening and you've got pain here and that's happening in that hip, but it's not going to happen in one appointment. You have to look at massage, I think, both from a clinician's point of view and from the client's point of view as a long-term thing. You're never going to fix somebody in 1 or 2 appointments. You might decrease their pain, but you're not going to fix them. And I think we have to really stress that to our client.
Do you realise that you've just said a couple of things in those statements to trigger me?
I've been waiting, David, for you to say something. What did I say?
Oh, the first is that you say that you're more relaxation-based rather than remedial-based.
Okay.
So this comes down to, what is the definition of a remedial massage?
Yeah.
And our clients probably think that a remedial massage is where you stomp on them with your heels and you dig in with your elbows and you use your knobbly thumbs and you press really hard on things and you strip this and rip that and beat them to a pulp. But the definition of massage says nothing like that.
Yeah, that's very true.
The systematic assessment of the body towards influencing a positive response of the muscular system, the central nervous system, ligaments.
So what I should have said was, I'm usually a little bit more gentle with my clients and take things slow rather than go hammer and tongs and just delve right into the tissues without warming anything up.
So I was reading a paper where they described the use of lymphatic massage techniques. And lymphatic massage is a very feather-light massage style. Oh, it's not massage at all. It is a very soft and subtle bodywork modality to influence very deep trigger points. And you think, we would usually go in there and you lean on that person with your body weight. But how good is it for you and for them if you can stroke the skin consistently for 2 to 3 minutes and that point wears away without much effort at all? This is the cool stuff that's available in our bodywork. There's some weird and wonderful things that you can do.
I think there's a lot of research that's been happening as well with massage. We might have to delve into a bit of the research for next year. But yeah, you're 100% right, David. I know you are the same. You try to work very gently and slowly and not, like, neither of us force the tissues because that's counterintuitive to what we both believe and what we were taught, and really counterintuitive to what massage is. Like, you can't force the tissues. And I think a lot of therapists, when they're new, they're like, I have to do it in this one appointment or they won't come back. Whereas that's really, we shouldn't really be giving that vibe to our clients, because we have to re-educate our clients about this as well.
Well, the other thing about humility is that we don't fix anything. We create a positive environment for the body to fix itself, which is exactly the same thing that a surgeon would do or a physician would do using medications, is that you give the body its best possible chance for it to do its own thing.
That's very true. I'm going to have a look at my language, David. Let's have a friends moment and pivot. Let's pivot to tables.
Yes, this is something that my beloved tutor, Pat Farnsworth, said to me one day. Put aside $10 from every single massage towards buying an electric massage table. Now, I wish I had actually followed that advice, because I would have bought an electric massage table a lot sooner than I actually did. But $10, if you're charging $90 an hour, say $100 an hour, $10 put aside consistently into a savings account will add up really, really quickly. And it could be 12 months, it could be 2 years, it could be 3 years. You'll have the money to buy an electric table, and it is a game changer for your body. And a good table, I remember buying mine. I think I'd been in practice for 5 years at that point. I bought my table. It cost me $6,500 at the time.
Is that the one that you have now?
I've got it now, yeah.
Oh, it's so beautiful.
It's a
worth
magnificent,
every penny.
Oh, game changer. Wish I'd done it sooner. That
What
table,
brand is it, David?
it's an Athleton.
Nice.
It is an Australian-made Athleton table. If you're listening in the US, I know 8% of our listeners are from the US. Oakworks, really, really beautiful brand. It's a locally made table, very high quality, super comfortable. It is going to outlast me as a therapist. 20, 25 years lifespan minimum on that table.
This is the thing that a lot of therapists underestimate, I think. Not just new ones, but older ones as well. The table is the biggest investment you will actually have. It's a table. It's absolutely 100% the table.
It's the equivalent of a tradie with his van or ute.
Yeah. Speaking of AIF, while I was there the other day, I apologize. I don't know who said this, so I'm apologizing in advance for outing you about this. But one of the ladies there, one of the students, actually said she bought a table and she was just in the waiting room talking. So I'm hoping that this is okay to share. But she said she bought a table for mobile massage, and then she went on to tell whoever she was talking to that it weighed 16 kilos.
Oh my goodness.
And I immediately piped up with, what? It weighs how much? And she, said, oh, yep, I've just got this table, yada, yada. I don't know what it was or where it was from, but I said, you need to get a Meridian table. That is too much. Unless you are setting it up in a room and leaving it there for the next 6 months, 16 kilos is not okay for a mobile therapist.
You have to lug that up upstairs. You need to lift it in and out of your car. It's a lot of weight. I hope she's got a trolley.
A trolley was mentioned, but it was kind of along the same line as what you just said. I hope you have a trolley. And then back, you've got to set that up and down potentially 6 times every day, 3 or 4 or 5 times a day. Like, no, your shoulder will be ruined after a couple of months. Meridian tables are only 7 to 10 kilos. I think the lightest one they have is about 5 kilos. Get a Meridian table. Invest in your table, absolutely. And if it takes you a couple of months, if you need to do a payment plan, if you have to scrape that couple of $1,000s together to get that Meridian table, absolutely do it. You will not regret it.
Those super heavy tables are often quite cheap. They're very budget tables, and they're made with solid steel frames and thick timber. Often the foam on them is a little bit iffy. But even the other brands of Athleton and Firm and Fold here are also made in Australia. Actually, I don't think Athleton makes portable tables in Australia anymore. Their lightest tables are still around the 13, 14 kilo mark. I still have my Athleton portable table, which I bought secondhand back in 2010. Bulletproof. Bloody heavy.
There's absolutely nothing wrong with buying a table that weighs 16, 20 kilos, so long as you are going to set it up in a room and not move it again for 6 months. A 16 kilo table is not a mobile table. 100% do not do it. You will wreck your body.
It's something you've got to get right. It's your health on the line, it's your fitness on the line, and it's your client's comfort as well.
Honestly, I've done mobile massage long enough that I would never, ever use a table that weighs that much again. And I have literally made this mistake for various reasons. And just absolutely will never do it again. I just can't do it. I have to put my body first in every way. And that means that there are some things that I just will not do and cannot do because I'm wrecked the next day. I can't move. I'm too sore and it's just too hard on my body. I just can't do it.
We're going to change subject just a little bit. And we started off by saying it's okay to go and work for someone else. In fact, I highly encourage it if you're just graduating, going to work for someone else and getting experience. However, if you are going to work for yourself and only yourself, you need to be motivated to do everything. Absolutely everything. If you are going to eat from this profession, you need to be motivated. You need to be able to stay on top of things, whether it be your marketing, whether it be your bookkeeping, your note-taking, the cleanliness, the test and tag, all the things that come with running a clinic. You will need to be the one who organizes everything. And if that stuff bores you to tears and you don't want to do it, you need to think about working for someone else.
Well, you can outsource stuff, David.
Yeah, absolutely.
can.
Actually, yes, you can outsource stuff as long as you are charging sufficient
That's
to cover the cost of the outsourcing and still eat.
That's the catch. If you're paying someone else to do the things, which you can do, absolutely, and some of us should be outsourcing a bit more than what we do, raising my hand over here in the corner quietly. But yeah, you have to pay for it. You have to be able to afford that.
And we'll come back to our episode on setting your fees. And if you do have high operation costs because you outsource your towel washing and you outsource your marketing, you outsource your bookkeeping and your accounting, and there are so many things that someone else could probably be doing better than what you can do and would enjoy it far more than what you do. It costs money. You need to charge and wrap that up into your fees so that you can pay yourself a livable wage and afford to do these things.
It's a lot. I'm not going to lie. It's a lot, David, to do all of those things.
It can be overwhelming.
Other massage therapists are your colleagues and not your competitors. I know I mentioned earlier in the episode that massage is having a lot of growth right now. Healthcare, self-care, all of those buzzwords. There is tons of growth in our industry, more so in some areas than others. But it's really important to be professional with other massage therapists. And we can have friends and have people that we debrief with, but don't look at other massage therapists as your competitors. You cannot treat everybody. Even if you see 8 people a day for 5 days a week, you still cannot see everybody. It is impossible.
I think more importantly is as well, you said about getting involved in a local network and getting to know other massage therapists. And that's also getting to know what they do and who they enjoy working with. Because if you don't want to work with sports people and you know someone who does, well, you can refer that business to them and they can refer the ideal TMJ person to you or whatever it is that your specialty is that they don't want to do.
That is such a great point. I love that point.
You can't treat everyone, and nor should you have to, and nor should you think that you are obliged to. Take loads of courses. There are hundreds of skills that you can learn. Maybe it's that technique of rolling on a person that I mentioned before. But there are loads and loads of modalities out there, some of which you might think are a bit kooky. That's fine. They probably think you're kooky too. And that is also fine. Just don't get offended by it. Try lots of different things. Find the modalities that really excite you, that help to preserve you, and that fit within your philosophy of care.
Even after 10 years of working in this industry, you may still feel nervous when another massage therapist comes to see you. It can be daunting. You can feel a bit unprofessional and a little bit of imposter syndrome. And some therapists are super particular with what they want and will often not be happy if you don't treat them exactly how they want to be treated. And I know I've done that before, David. I have to admit, I've been hard on some therapists if they haven't done exactly what I wanted. And I'm much more relaxed about it now because I get a lot more massage now. I think part of that was that I wasn't getting enough massage before, like years ago. And yeah, it is a bit of arrogance. I was a bit arrogant. That's a really hard thing to say, but it's true. I was. You're going to do this for me now, and you're going to do it this way. And
the good therapists who come to see you will know that you don't treat exactly like them. And the thing that you need to remember is that you're not there to impress them. You're there to treat them. And if they come in and say, my arms are really sore, I really want you to spend 20 minutes on my forearms, that's not your opportunity to say, oh, I'm just going to work through your back, neck and shoulders because that's what I feel you need. They've been very clear with you about what they want. And this is true of any client who comes to see you, is that you do actually need to ask them, like, why are you here and what do you want done today? Basics of massage communication. Don't try to impress them with your knowledge. Don't try to impress them with fancy techniques. Impress them by listening and doing what they bloody well asked you to do.
I love that. Listening, so important. Yes. Absolutely.
But yes, I've had therapists who've come in to see me like, oh, no, you need to go harder. No, 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 harder still. Oh, why can't you just do this thing that I do?
Okay, I haven't been that bad. It is tricky because we know what's going on. We can often self-diagnose, and then if we see a therapist that's doing something that, like, oh, that as they're going through the motions and the hands are running over the body, you're mentally going, oh, okay, is that what's happening? Oh, and why are they working? Oh, they're doing that. Oh, I wonder how they're using their hands to do. Is that an elbow? Do you do that, David? Do you run through? Is that a thumb or an elbow?
Sometimes it depends on where I'm at with myself. There's sometimes I get on the table and the room is just that cozy that I'm gone.
Yeah,
I'm gone.
Yeah.
Those are fantastic times. And there's times that I'm struggling to stay awake, going, this massage is so good.
Yeah.
I need to be awake for this. Oh, what have they done there? That's cool.
I love that. I love that so much. Yeah, everyone's different, and it can be hard to get out of your own head, I think, when you're a new therapist, because you're trying to learn so much and trying to take it all in, and that can translate into, oh, you might be doing it wrong, or you're not wrong, but you're doing it differently. And I don't know, I think as human beings we think different is not good, but yeah,
we're all different. And what we're talking about, feeling nervous about people coming to see us, imposter syndrome is real. It's really, really real. And you will probably feel as if you know nothing for years. And even if you've been around for years, you probably still go through phases of going, oh, I don't know enough. But right now, as a brand new graduate, you have got current, up-to-date knowledge that your tutors have given you. You'll be out there among experienced therapists, some of whom are lazy and are still doing exactly what they were taught 20 years ago with the knowledge of 20 years ago. So you are current and you will know more than some other people. And as long as you ask good questions and you listen to your clients, and someone says to you, I've got this problem, and you go to explore that area, that's great. You're ahead of the curve.
You're so passionate about that. We've had many conversations about this, and I know you are so passionate about that. That, like, all the people that are new now, they've got that passion and excitement, and they actually know, because the training package has changed a lot over the years. So they've potentially been taught more than some of us did 10 or 20 years ago.
Yeah, we got to stop talking about toxins.
That goes without saying, but we're going to say it. We'll bring it up again next year. We're going to say it.
Toxins and knots.
Well, that comes back to language again. It can be very hard. I know I do just say things sometimes without thinking because you just said them 20,000 times before. But yeah, we do have to look at our language around some things. I know some therapists will be listening to this going, oh my God, yes, thank you for saying that. So yeah, we will talk about the word toxins again later.
That's a whole nother episode.
It is. What not to do.
All right, you need to trust your intuition. From clients that make you feel icky to clients with underlying things that you're suspicious of, trust your senses, because it is better not to get hurt, and it's better not to hurt someone else than it is to get hurt or to do harm.
Keep asking your clients questions. If you have to call them and say, oh, hey, I just wanted to discuss with you. You mentioned this back pain. Can you just tell me how it started? Can you tell me more about it? It is totally okay to speak to your clients, whether that's via a message or phone call, and ask them what's going on if you think something is up. There are so many underlying medical conditions that people may or may not know that they have. people often don't tell you about a lot of this stuff. I don't know how many times, I've had it happen to me, and other therapists have said the same thing. I got on the table for the third appointment, and then the client said, and then I've got a pacemaker or something, something serious. I've had a heart attack last year. Probably should have mentioned that to me, maybe. So absolutely trust your intuition, ask questions, look for more information, keep the conversation going. This is a really important one, especially when you are new, because we often will just go, oh no, I won't worry about that. I'll just get them on the table and get the massage started.
One of the really easy things to do when you're getting started is to spend lots of money on expensive equipment that you may not need.
Give me all the stuff.
And it might be that $2,000 iPhone.
No.
Locked into a 3-year plan.
No.
At $100 a month.
Buy the table, guys. Buy the Meridian table for $1,500, 7 kilos. You will not regret it.
I'm actually totally okay with buying a second-hand table to get yourself started, provided it's of good quality and it's not going to kill you.
Yeah.
But you do need to be working towards the longer-term equipment. And I like to treat my massage equipment just like I do with my own handyman tools. If there's something that I'm just going to use once, I'm not going to rush out and spend $1,000 on that tool. And I have bought sets of things at low price, and then I might replace the one thing in that set that I use over and over again with something more robust. Not necessarily more expensive, but something more robust, which is going to stand the test of time. And it might be that you're just interested in learning cupping. And if you go out and buy the biggest and most expensive cupping set right now, and then learn later that you actually hate cupping and that your clients don't want it and you don't want to do it, it's wasted money. You buy enough to get yourself going. You can always buy more. You can always buy better later.
This is where it's really important, I think, to experience different things. Like we said before, get the massage, get the different modality treatment from other therapists. Experience what the person is doing. Talk to those therapists. Oh, what do you do? Do you like about this? How does that work in your clinic? Don't grill them for information, but ask them. Find out from your community what works for them. Figure out if you're going to like it or not. And don't spend money before you have to.
And there's some proprietary things out there that if you did a particular training course and they try and sell you their tool, you may end up paying way too much for that particular tool. But you could learn a modality and it will use a particular tool, and you can find those exact same tools for far less than they are trying to make money out of you for, and get yourself far better value.
Especially if something's super expensive, it can be a really good idea to just go for the cheaper option the first time and see if you like it.
Yeah.
Because it's
Shop
very,
around.
especially when we're talking about using our hands all the time. Like, I think when we're training, we just get used to using our actual hands, and most RTOs, I think, don't train with, they don't teach you how to use any other equipment. So that's all on us to learn. And then, it's kind of a waste to go out and spend thousands of dollars or hundreds of dollars on equipment that you potentially might only use once.
All right. Now, we shouldn't have to say this, but we're going to say it anyway. Don't get lazy with cleanliness or safety. Wash your towels. Wipe your table down. Don't reuse stuff. If you do use equipment, you got to keep that clean too.
That is one thing that they actually never tell you in massage school, David. Not the cleanliness thing, that was drilled into us, but how much time you will actually spend washing your equipment. And I'm not talking about towels here whatsoever. I'm talking about...
Wash your towels.
Please wash your towels. I'm talking about hot rocks, cold rocks, your cupping supplies, all of the blades and gua sha things that you have, and you might have mushrooms or thumb savers or something. You have to wash them after every single client. If you've used it, you have to wash it. And that's obvious, but it ends up being a lot.
And you need to factor that into your prices. That if you do a an hour of hot stones, you need to clean those stones at the end of the session. That could take you 20 minutes. That is your time, and that needs to be factored into your treatment cost.
Yeah, and you don't necessarily want to have 5 or 6 sets of hot stones. That's a lot of money. I can see why you would want to, because I'm actually...
You'd have to wash them all at the end of the day,
You have to wash
though.
them all. That's the problem. And you know what? That is, if you're washing them by hand with your little scrubby brush, which is what I do, it hurts your shoulder. My shoulder aches, David.
It hurts my soul at the end of the day doing it all at once.
It's a lot. That is literally one thing that was never, ever mentioned to me in massage school. And I've only sort of... Because I didn't use any tools for a long time, so I've only figured that out in the last few years as I've started adding in more and more tools. And yeah, there's a lot of hot rocks being washed every day across this country.
There are probably loads more things that a therapist brand new out of college needs to know. Why don't you send us an email with some of your own top tips, or leave a comment for us on Facebook or Instagram with this episode. If you've got any more top tips, we can turn that into a part 2.
We will definitely be revisiting some of this stuff again later.
All right. If you have loved everything that we've talked about today, why not leave us a comment through Spotify or Apple Podcasts? It would really help us a lot if you leave us a rating or a review so that others can help to find us too.
We've had some wonderful feedback from you guys, messages on Instagram and Facebook, and we just want to say a huge thank you for that. It's been wonderful to hear all that positive feedback and how much you're enjoying the podcast. Makes it all worthwhile for us. So thank you very much for listening.
Thanks for listening, and we'll see you in the next one.
See you soon. Bye.
Bye.